Now 2025 is already shaping up to be an interesting year in the real estate market. In this video, we're going to talk about what happened in December of 2024 and how we can use all of this data in order to make educated decisions going into 2025 so that we can make this year the best year possible. Hi YouTube, I'm Kareem Howard, your go-to licensed realtor with Girl at Homes. Now on this channel, I post market updates, community tours, property tours, buyer and seller advice, anything related to buying and selling a home in Denver, Colorado. So if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to subscribe. And if you are looking at buying or selling at any point in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it does not matter. Please feel free to reach out. All of my contact info is down in the description. So back in December of 2024, median home prices stayed about the same. The days in the MLS, the amount of time that a home sits on the market shot up 43%. Active listings were down 26%, new listings were down 33%, and pending sales were down 16%. All of these numbers make sense because we were experiencing the typical real estate slowdown that we were talking about back in November, back in December. People are on holiday mode. We're not thinking about buying houses. So we typically see prices either stay about the same, they shoot down a little bit, and all of the closings, pending listings, active listings, all of that goes down while people are finishing out the year, getting ready, getting geared for 2025. Now 2025 started off interesting. Now, if you don't know, on December 18th of 2024, the Fed cut rates a 0.25%. Now, even if you're not looking to buy or sell, or you weren't looking to buy or sell at this point last year, this still affected you, whether it was affecting you by lowering your savings interest, your APY on your savings account. Now, most people, kind of like me, thought that when the Fed finally cuts those rates, the mortgage rates are gonna drop with it. But that's not what happened, is it? Luckily for you guys, I have been too busy to film this video the very first week of the month like I normally do. But that just means that I have more data. We're in the middle of January, so I have the first 2 weeks of January to kind of help us with some data points. Now, December 18th is when the Fed cut rates, and on that exact day, rates went from 6.92 to 7.13%. Now, for the rest of December, rates sat around about 7.10%. Now, the reason I say you guys are lucky and we have data points is because at the beginning of January, rates were about 7.10%. But the first and second week of January, rates just kept coming up and they reached a high just 3 days ago at 7.26%. Now, finally, at the time of recording, which is January 16th, rates are finally coming down where you're looking at 7.07%. Now, what this all might mean to you and what you should probably take away from this whole mortgage rate section is that mortgage rates are still volatile. There's still a lot going on. They're bouncing up, they're bouncing down. We don't know what rates are gonna look like for the rest of this year. Now, the next Fed meeting is at the end of January in about 2 weeks, January 28th. And a lot of people think that the Fed are gonna put these rate cuts on pause because there's things like taxes, things like tariffs up in the air. They want to see what happens, so they don't want to keep messing with the US economy. Now, what are the market stats? What do these rates mean if you're thinking about buying or selling this month, next month, the month after that, anytime 2025 in Colorado? Now, if you watch my November, December market update videos, then you know that I think wintertime is the best, hands down, the best time to buy real estate in Colorado. And the reason is because nobody wants to move in winter. You're gonna get good prices, you get good terms, you can ask the sellers for money, you can really negotiate with these sellers because, like the market stats shows, these homes are sitting on the market for longer. Not to say that sellers are getting desperate, but they're more willing to negotiate and give you good terms so that they can sell their house. And January is going to be no different. I know we just came out of the holiday mode, but January is still probably one of the last months going into spring season that is a good time for buyers to buy their house. Now, what I do want to say is that doesn't mean that the real estate market is dead. I know December stats were down, but I think January, February, these stats are going to start picking up, and I'm starting to see this while I'm taking my buyers out shopping. For example, a lot of the homes in the mid $400,000 or $500,000 range are flying off the shelves. I've seen homes go listed on the market, Aurora, Denver, things like that. They're getting listed and being sold that same weekend with competing offers. And so I think a lot of people are kind of in their new year, new 2025 goals, and they're looking to buy a house. And so a lot of people came off those fences and they're looking to buy houses now. And so the real estate market is getting a little bit more competitive if you're kind of in the entry level single family home range. And I think it's going to get more and more competitive as we move into spring season. Now, especially with tax season, as soon as people start getting their tax returns, a lot of people see that money and they're like, you know what I could do with this? I think I could buy a house. And so you're gonna see even more people hitting that real estate market. Now, January and February are kind of the last 2 months where the real estate market's either gonna stay slow, it might pick up a little bit before it really just starts ramping up in March. Now, for my sellers, notice how I said a lot of the newly listed homes are actually getting some competition. They're actually getting some offers. Pretty much exactly like I said back in December. My advice to sellers in December was, if you need to sell your house, you can sell it, but just wait until even January. And those people that waited till January are reaping the benefits because those are the people that are actually selling their houses in this market. I think the disadvantage a lot of people have is if you list it in November, you list it in December, and people see your listing and they see it's been on the market for 60 days, you're gonna get lowballed, no questions asked, right? But if you're newly listing in January and you already have that small influx of New Year's buyers, you're gonna start seeing a lot more traction. But if you're one of those people that want the most amount of money possible, then you can still hold out a little bit. Wait until spring season. Wait for the weather to start warming up. Wait for more buyers to start getting in the real estate market. Wait for people to start getting their tax returns. You will start making more money just because there's more people to start bidding on your house. Well, that's gonna be it for the Denver market update, January 2025. I am so sorry that I got this video out late, but hopefully, maybe you learn a little bit more because we had more data points, more information about the month since I didn't make it the first week of the month. Now, as always, I'm Kareem Howard, your go-to licensed realtor with Girlock Homes. If you have any questions about this video, any questions about the Denver real estate market, first-time home buyer program, selling your house, yada, 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 I would absolutely love to help you out. All of my contact info is down in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video.